Coming up, heavy rain, thunderstorms, and wind kick off your weekend. Ugh, it's a good nap day. Could snow. Yeah, I said it. Be in the forecast too. Meteorologist Mark Strell breaks it all down in just a moment. Plus, breaking news, high carbon monoxide levels lead to an evacuation in the South Shore neighborhood. What we know right now. And charges are filed in the murder of a young woman who worked at a Joliet bar. The man's connection to the victim. Also, we do have a bombshell announcement this morning. A civil rights leader reveals his fight with Parkinson's disease. Good morning and thanks for watching Good Day Saturday. I'm Jenny Milkowski. Now, we do start this morning with breaking news. High levels of carbon monoxide prompted an evacuation at a 9-story apartment building that happened early this morning. That happened in the South Shore neighborhood. Officials say a level 1 hazmat response was called in at around 3 this morning. That was later upgraded to a level 2 hazmat. They say carbon monoxide levels were extremely high. Now, everyone in the building was evacuated to the lobby. Luckily, nobody was hurt there. New from overnight, a car was stolen with a 1-year-old boy inside on the city's south side. Police say it happened a little after 1:30 this morning in the 9100 block of South State. They say a woman went to that area where her friend was involved in a crash. Now, that woman left her car running with her 1-year-old in the back seat while they checked on her friend. That's when police say a man jumped into her car and then drove off. The car was found abandoned about 10 minutes later with the boy inside. Luckily, not hurt. So far, nobody in custody in that particular situation. Now, new this morning, 2 people were carjacked about a mile from each other within the same hour late last night. Police say the first happened in the Westtown neighborhood. That's where 2 armed men stole a car from a woman, sped off. They also took the victim's purse. Police say the other carjacking happened in the East Garfield Park neighborhood. 2 armed men ordered a man out of his car, then took the car. Police are still looking for those suspects. Also new this morning, a Chicago police officer was hurt in a crash that happened on the city's south side. That was in the Chatham neighborhood. Police say the officer was on duty when another car hit her squad car. No one in the other car was hurt. Now to a break in the case in the murder of a Joliet bartender. The first charges have been filed. The man is arrested, is accused of covering up the crime. 24-year-old Katie Kearns, who you see there, was found shot in the head inside of her car on Thursday in a rural area of Kankakee County. Now, Jeremy Boshears is charged with a single count of concealing a homicidal death. Investigators say Kearns and Boshears, they met about a month ago. They started dating at the beginning of this month.
It means for my family is just to pull together a little bit and to keep going. My sister would want us to keep going.
Boshears is being held on $250,000 bond. More charges are expected. An off-duty Chicago police officer is recovering this morning after being stabbed in the head by her own son. Police say it's a domestic incident. She was stabbed in the head while she was driving at 76th and Stony Island in South Shore. The officer's SUV slammed into the back of that school bus you see when it happened. A child on board was taken to Jackson Park Hospital, complaining of a headache. The officer that was hurt went to Northwestern. A news alert from Chicago police about a string of robberies that happened in the Gold Coast. Police released the pictures you see here. 4 suspects wanted in those attacks. They say in each case the suspect punched or pushed the victims and then robbed them. There have been 3 attacks this month, all of those attacks happening in the early morning hours. Now in Lake Forest, police say a woman was approached by a robber with a knife. They say she repeatedly hit him in the head with her cell phone until he ran away. It happened in the 1000 block of Northwestern Avenue. That was yesterday. The robber is described as a white man between 17, possibly 19 years old. He was wearing a dark hoodie, puffy winter jacket, and dark cargo-style pants. An Elgin man is arrested on child porn charges. 33-year-old Devin Moberg, he's accused of soliciting videos of sex acts from 2 victims that were under the age of 18. Police say he also sent the victims a video of himself engaged in a sex act. Moberg was in court yesterday, where a judge set bond at $3 million. We've got a major announcement from Reverend Jesse Jackson. He revealed he's been getting treatment for Parkinson's disease for the past 2 years. That's a degenerative brain condition with no known cure. Our political editor Mike Flannery has more.
Allies of Reverend Jesse Jackson, who've worked with him here in Chicago, are pleased to hear that he plans to remain active. They think he may be the last of a certain sort of civil rights leader.
There will not be another Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, no.
More details this morning about an order of protection filed by actress and singer Jennifer Hudson against her former fiance. Now, Hudson and David Otunga recently split up. According to TMZ, Hudson accuses the former wrestler of harassing and threatening her. She says he once pushed her inside of their Burr Ridge home. The Tribune says Burr Ridge police, they're investigating. Atanga's attorney says her client denies the accusations. Hudson and Atanga were together for 10 years. They've got an 8-year-old son together. Put your breakfast to the side for this next story. There's apparently a rat problem at a Southside school. Parents say baby rats are turning up in the classroom at Mollison Elementary. Some parents are keeping their kids home from school. Can you blame them? CPS say it will have someone out next week. Yeah, there's the video of the baby rats to deal with that problem. There was a power outage at UIC last night. We got some cell phone footage actually from a student that was trapped inside of an elevator. That's scary. He was on his way to an exam. The university put out an alert saying the outage was affecting several buildings on that East campus. Now, shortly after, power was restored, and according to that student's Facebook page, the exam was canceled because of the outage. He's got a couple more hours for study time. Chicago Tribune. That's on the move. It's leaving the building that bears its very name. Early next year, Trib employees will move into new headquarters at the Prudential Building. The Tribune Tower has been home to the paper since 1925. Avon says this year's Walk to End Breast Cancer, unfortunately, will be their last. Avon's held the 39 Walk every year since 2003. That long weekend walk has raised well over $500 million for breast cancer research. Avon will unveil a new fundraising program this spring. Hundreds of homeless veterans gathered at the Northwest Armory for a free meal ahead of Thanksgiving. They also got clothes and got medical and housing assistance as part of the Veteran Stand Down event. That event helps prepare homeless veterans for the winter. About 600 veterans showed up. Chicago's Christmas tree all lit up, but rain unfortunately forced last night's lighting event to be condensed from 30 minutes to a mere 5. But still, that didn't stop people from enjoying themselves. Fox 32's Elizabeth Matthews takes us there.
We're just excited for Christmas, so we wanted to get into the Christmas mood.
The 62-foot tall Christmas tree is now lighting up Millennium Park and already spreading holiday cheer.
It's beautiful, believe it or not. We've never been to a tree lighting ceremony ever.
The party is not over. The holiday fun continues tonight when close to 1 million people, you're going to get up and close and personal with a lot of people, they're going to flood the Mag Mile for the Lights Festival that kicks off at 5:30. So in just a couple days, the holiday travel season, it's going to kick off. And this year, it's going to be a record setter, right? Always worse. It's expected to be the busiest Thanksgiving travel period in more than 12 years. Airports, yeah, they're always busy during Thanksgiving, but most people are actually going to drive this year. So nearly 46 million people are going to grab their car, hit the road. That's the highest since 2005. Experts telling us that people just have more money to spend this year, but sadly, some of that cashola is going to go for gas for those higher gas prices.
In the economy, corporate profits are strong, people are getting more take-home pay, consumer confidence is way up. It's really stunning to me is that this is happening with 89% are driving in spite of the fact that we're seeing gasoline prices.
So if you're driving out of town, here's what you need to know. AAA says the busiest time to be on the road in Chicago specifically, that's going to be this Tuesday between 5 and 6 p.m. The busiest spot, listen up, I-90 West right at I-190. That's right by O'Hare, so that makes sense. Still ahead on Good Day Saturday, Ryan Seacrest, he's making headlines this morning. Why E! Network is conducting an internal investigation. Also, an avocado toast ornament, why eat it when you can stare at it, is taking the internet by storm. How much this holiday item is going to cost you.